All right, guys, so got the Big Nasty Comics shirt on. Shout out to Rich. Chonko, I'll get yours on the next one. Got a big box here from CGC. This box has been forever getting here. These were all submitted at C2E2. I just now got them back. They actually tried to deliver 3 times while I was on vacation. They weren't even in GEI when I went on vacation. So they went into GEI, shipped, and then tried to deliver 3 times while I was on vacation. Luckily, they tried a 4th time, and that was today, and it came in. So we're gonna get to it. These are all vintage books, 25 book lot, some really good stuff here. Hoping we got good grades. I have no idea what the grades are because, like I said, they weren't even in GEI when I left for vacation. So I haven't looked at them. We'll be finding out what they are together for the first time. Stick around.
X-Men dreams and CGC schemes. Johnny's here with collector beams. Press it clean, make it gleam. Comic book magic, the ultimate team.
All right, guys, as always, still got the CGC 9.8 Incredible Hulk Facsimile 181 in a foil. All you gotta do is leave a comment below, be a subscriber. At 3,000 subscribers, we'll be giving that book away. Let's get into these CGC books. Like I said, haven't seen the grades. These are all vintage books. I thought they were all pretty high grade, so hopefully we did pretty well. There was a couple that actually I know weren't high grade, but there are some really good books in here. We're just gonna pull them out. Hopefully there's nothing purple or anything crazy on it. We'll just start with the first book in here. So we're gonna find out together what this is. So Journey into Mystery 83, this is the Golden Record reprint. I don't remember what I thought this was. I've had this book forever. Let's see what we got. 7.5 white pages. Pretty good. White pages is always good. It does have some corner dings here, here, and here. So looking at it now, 7.5. I'm definitely not disappointed with that. It presents beautifully. I mean, I wish it had the 12 cent right here. Then to be the actual Journey into Mystery 83. First Thor, that'd be a banger. This is a reprint from the Golden Records. I do have the Golden Record. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. It's up here behind me in the corner. But great book. And yeah, really happy. Looks great. I love the white pages. Anything from the 60s with white pages is always really hard to get. So let's get into the next one, see what we got. Take this plastic off. Okay, Iron Man and Submariner #1. I think this was like a 6.5-ish book. I don't think it was super high grade, but let's see. Oh, 9.2. Maybe I remembered incorrectly. Yeah, I mean, it's not a 9.2. I mean, it is a 9.2, but I don't see a 9.2 here. There's a chip out on the back right there. There's a crease here that breaks color. There's some pretty good staple tears. But yeah, man, I mean, it looks nice. You know, at just a visual, just looking at it there, it looks really clean. Well, I'll definitely take a 9.2. I've said this before, I've had plenty of losses with CGC, so I'll take a win when I can get a win. And it is white pages as well. I remember that book specifically had beautiful interior pages. A lot of these, I think, did have really nice interior pages. Next up, we got a nice run of Iron Man. I want to say it goes from like issue 2 to like 10, something like that. So this is Iron Man #9. I think all these were 8.5 plus. There might have been 1 or 2 that were below, but I think they were all pretty good. So yeah, there's another 9.2 white pages. I mean, that's a solid book. Great cover. Iron Man fighting the Hulk, 9.2 from 1969. Really happy with that. I mean, it just looks great. You know, I don't know how well it translates in the camera. I hope it looks as good on camera as it does in person. That's a pretty book. Most of these are going into the trade group, again, to try and upgrade X-Men books or get some rare stuff that I don't have. I think there's only 1 or 2 like actual real keys here. They're just all high grade Silver Age books for the most part, with a few, I think there's a couple Batman keys. So here's Iron Man 7. Again, 1968 early Iron Man, 9.0 white pages again. Tough on these with the black cover. It's got a corner crunch right there, a ding. I pressed and cleaned all these. I got them off Heritage, which I talk about all the time. You gotta check it out if you haven't. So Again, not a key, just early Iron Man 9.0 white pages. So yeah, we're doing good so far. I'm pretty happy. Other than it took 6 months to get these back. Like I said, I dropped them off at C2E2, which was in March. So it's been a while. There's Iron Man number 6. I think this one was a lower one. Oh no, 9.0 white pages. Sticking with it. Yeah, 9.0s and better on these is solid. I talked about in an earlier video too, where these were the books that got jammed in, and I can see a very clear crease right there. I don't know if it translates and you can see it in the camera, but there is definitely a crease right there that would not have been there when I submitted it. But I'm not going to crack this and resubmit it. It's a fair grade. Both of these corners have like dings on them, so yeah, again, 9.0 white pages. Never going to complain about that book. A book from 1968. And then the last one in this first little bundle, number 5, Iron Man 5, 1968, 9.2 white pages. So solid stuff. This book, I've had a lot of these books, and I've pressed and cleaned this books a lot. This white right here, there's always a lot of bleed where you can see through it almost into the cover. This is the one exception I've ever seen to that book where you can't really see through it. That was a big reason I had this graded, but all these so far have been white pages. These are books from the 60s. They all came from the same lot. There's one little corner scuff down there. Other than that, I mean, this book's pretty flawless. Nice sharp corners. So we're gonna keep going here, see what the next book is. They're wedged in there a little bit. So here's Iron Man number 4. 8.5, but still white pages. Again, I'm pretty happy with an 8.5. This one has some pretty, like a dog ear here in the corner, definitely a white. It's an 8.5. It's not undergraded, it's not overgraded. That's pretty good. Again, though, with the black cover, man, that's tough to get that black cover to stay without having all the wrinkles and creases and stuff on it. And the white pages is huge on these. Some people will only collect books with white pages. I'm not a white page snob, but I get it. That's hard to get. It's hard to get older books that have white pages. Detective 400. So this is a nice Batman book, 1970, 7.0 white pages. That's right in line. This is the first Man Bat, and this was one of the ones. It's got like a stain over here. I don't know what it is. It almost looks like it got wet with like an oil. I did press it, I did clean it, and I don't know how well that shows up if you can see it. It's right in here, and it's almost like it smears the ink just a little bit, so that's pretty good with a 7.0 on that. White pages are great. This is awesome. Neil Adam art. He did all the art in this book, and it's the first appearance of Man Bat, so that's not nothing. 400, it's an anniversary issue. The first Robin, I think, yeah, first Robin and Batgirl team up. So 7.0 white pages. I'm really happy so far. CGC, sometimes I'm really happy, sometimes I'm just okay, and sometimes I'm bummed out. This has been good so far. If we keep this trend up, this is going to be a really good submission. Next up, Iron Man number 3. It's 1968, 9.0 white pages. So again, right in line with the other ones. I always hated this cover. I don't know, that guy, his forehead's just too big. He's got no facial expression. It's just not great, But 9.0 white pages, good book. Decent value. I'll have all the values of the recent GPAs listed on the bottom here. Some of these are going to be hard to get GPAs on because you just don't see these higher grades sell that much. So they might be older numbers or outdated, or they may be estimates. If I don't have anything, I'll go with the last 9.2 and the last 8.5 and kind of average it out, because some of these they just won't have those sales, especially these Iron Man books. They're just not highly traded. All right, next up, Iron Man number 2. There is not an Iron Man number 1 in this lot, so Iron Man 2 is as low as we go. 8.5, but white pages. So again, that's awesome. Again, a lot of spine, like not spine ticks, but just spine damage. And I think it's just from the paper getting a little bit dried out over time, and then the edge crush, or the edge getting smashed, stacked up. These all came from the same collection, from same owner. 8.5 white pages, you know, second issue of Iron Man. Really happy again. It's all black here, so not having a bunch of spine ticks is not easy to do. So we're doing good. Let's keep this roll going. All right, next book up. Fear 19. You're probably like, what is this book? I don't know anything about this. This is the first Howard the Duck. So Fear 19, 6.5 off-white to white pages. That's a little lower than I thought this would be. This one I was thinking in the 7.75 range. It does have a lot of little defects. There are a bunch of, and you won't be able to see them, but there's a bunch of printers creases on here. There's like 4 or 5. Usually they don't really ding you for those, but they may have because there's so many. And there are 4 pretty significant spine ticks and then some color wear up in the corner. So again, I knew this wasn't a high grade off-white to white pages, but I was thinking 7.075, so it's a little under where I thought. But given how we've been so far, I'm definitely not going to complain. There's no crease in the middle like we saw in the earlier one. So yeah, first appearance of Howard the Duck, the Donald Duck ripoff character. If you ever saw that movie in the 80s, it was bad. It was bad good. It's like it's really good to watch because it's so bad. Kind of like Toxic Avenger, if you ever saw the original Toxic Avenger. So this one I don't remember being a high grade either. I want to say I think this was in the 8.0 range. So Fantastic Four Annual number 5, 7.0 off-white pages. This is the first solo Silver Surfer story. It is a square bound book. I just had it graded because I think it has potential value. It's not a high grade, high value book now, but I think it will go up some after the movies. Silver Surfer is a very underrated character in my opinion. I mean, this is the first solo story. Again, square bounds are, I have a hard time gauging how they're going to grade square bounds because they're a little bit inconsistent. And there are sometimes defects on these books that are with the way that the square bound's assembled. Especially in the 60s and 70s, what they did is they took all the interior pages, they stapled them together, and then they glue the cover on top of that stapled bundle. So there's no staple through the cover. But with that process, sometimes you get a lot of wrinkles from just the way it's glued. And you can't press those out because it's like glued with wrinkle in it. And this is a book, this is a good example of it. I don't know how well you can see it along this edge here, but there are some wrinkles that are strictly because of that glue, and you just can't press them out. You can heat this up and remove the cover and reattach it. I don't do that. I know people, and I've seen people that do it. I think it's very risky. You have a lot of potential to not put it back on correctly or it getting a restored label. I don't feel that that's worth it, but I know some guys that are like conservation guys, they will definitely do that. I didn't. I'm happy with the grade. Again, I think it has potential value down the road. We shall see. So getting into, oh, there's 2 more. They did this weird. Instead of using the 1 or the 2 big bundles, they used like 3 medium bundles and 1 small bundle. So that's kind of weird. I've not seen that before. We do have some more Batman books in here. I just saw one. I didn't see the grade though. Our Detective, I think, was the other one. Oh my gosh, these are wedged in. All right, so Batman 241. This is an old 70s Batman. I don't remember this being a high grade, but let's see. 6.0 off-white to white pages. Great early Neil Adams cover with Bernie Wrightson. This era of DC books, it's like 70 to 73. They have this white edge, and it's a weird. It's not as flat. It's almost rounded. I have the hardest time gauging these when I'm trying to pre-grade them before I send them in, because you get a lot of fading. And the color of the paper is a little bit tannish. It's not white. So I struggle when I look at these books to kind of assess the grades of them. This is a little under what I was expecting. Like I said, I think that I was thinking 7.0. But again, early Neil Adams, and I don't care what you say. In my mind, Neil Adams does the best Batman. Even Alex Ross, I love Alex Ross's Batmans, but it's almost like an homage to Neil Adams' Batman a lot of times. I mean, that's Batman. That's him. That's my Batman. I think he did a great job with it. This one's probably a PC book. This probably won't get sold just because I love Neil Adams stuff. And I'm a big fan of his Batman. So. Ugh. All right. Next up, we have Avengers 59. So I think I was thinking this is in the 8.0 range probably. 8.5 off-white to white pages. So pretty good book there. This is the first appearance of Yellow Jacket. This book has 2 big creases on this bottom staple. And I do remember it now that I'm looking at it. Again, forgive me. These were submitted back at C2E2. I packaged them up 2 weeks before C2E2, ready to go. And here it is, it's middle of July. Second half of July, and they're just coming back. Yeah, this is pretty good actually. There's some scuffing on this bottom corner, and there's a little dog ear here. But again, 8.5 in a 1960s comic, I'm never going to complain about that. I mean, I might, you know. I don't want to be proven a liar. Next up, we have Avengers 57. So this one definitely wasn't a high grade, but this is the first Vision. So anything on this, I will always grade this book. But it did have some issues. So yeah, 4.5 off-white pages. Definitely not upset with that. There's a piece out in the back there, right in the corner, a little triangle, maybe 3/8 of an inch. And then on the front, there's a lot of chipping along this edge and tears. So I'm happy. This is right in line with where I thought. You know, first Vision. Again, this is a pricey book in any grade. You know, see below. So, and I picked it up in a group lot from Heritage with a bunch of other Avengers books. So, yeah, I mean it's solid. I'm happy. No complaints. All right, Avengers 49. See what we got. Woo, 9.2, but off-white to white pages. So that's not horrible. I wish it had white pages, but a lot of people don't know that's actually Magneto in the back there. A lot of people see that, they're not sure, they just think it's a dude. It's actually Magneto. You can see his helmet on there. It says the first appearance of Typhoon also. Not a major character, but again, black cover in a 9.2. I mean, you don't see that. You just don't see it very often. So pretty good book. As an X-Men guy, you know, there's some X-Men on the cover. Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver. So I think the rest of these Avengers books, I think they were like 6 to 7 range, with one being like probably a 2 or 3. So here's Avengers 12, 1965, 6.0 off-white to white pages. So yeah, that's kind of where I was thinking a lot of these are going to end up. This one actually has a letter from George R.R. Martin in the back of it, which is kind of cool. He wrote Game of Thrones, if you don't know who he is. But when he was a kid in 1965, he wrote a letter to the Stan and Jack thing, and they published it and responded to his letter. So pretty cool there. Early Avengers. I think all the rest of these are Avengers. There may be one more detective book in here too. So there's number 11. Again, I think it's 6 to 7 on a lot of these. 6.5 cream to off-white pages. Cream pages always, it's not good. This is a great Spider-Man cover though. Early appearance of Spider-Man. This is probably like his 10th appearance, something like that. I always love this because it's like they messed up the color. You can see he's got blue on his face there, like they went up on the side of his body, but then they actually did the front of his face too in blue. But yeah, again, early Spider-Man, early Avengers, 6.5. Not a bad grade. All right, next one up, Avengers 6, the first Baron Zemo. Ooh, 8.5. That's a little higher than I was expecting. I didn't think any of these would be over like a 7.75. So that's actually really a good grade. First Baron Zemo, off-white to white pages. There is some spine ticks, so I'm not sure. Maybe because they're white, they didn't ding it as much. And then the corner appears rounded. But yeah, 8.5, that's pretty good. I'll take it. And next book, Holy crap, are these? I'm just gonna take them all out of the thing there so we can not have to fight them every time. So then we got Avengers 3. This is one I think was like a 2 or a 3. It was pretty low grade. Yeah, 2.5 off-white to white pages. So this book's pretty beat. It's barely attached. You can see big chip out here right at the bottom. It goes around to the back. It's missing in the back as well. Spine's in really bad shape, so 2.5, pretty good. I think the Hulk quits at the end of this issue, and this leads right into issue 4, which is Captain America being found and thawed out. So yeah, first Hulk and Submariner team up because Hulk got mad at the Avengers and decided to go team up with Namor, the first mutant. That's right in line. I thought it was between a 2 and a 3, and it's right between a 2 and a 3. Next up, Avengers number 9. So 1964, 7.0. That's pretty good. Again, cream to off-white pages. Not a big fan of cream pages, but great cover. First Wonder Man. I'm guessing the page quality is probably why this didn't go higher, because it does actually look pretty good. It's got some rubbing on this corner on the bottom edge. But yeah, 7.0 cream to off-white pages. There's a TV show I think they're putting out with Wonder Man. I've said that before. I don't know what the status is. I thought there was something going on with the case there, but no, it looks good. Next up, Avengers 8. There's actually 2 Avengers 8s in this. So this book I've talked about in the past died off a lot. This is the first Kang the Conqueror. Got a huge ding when Jonathan Majors got in trouble. 4.0 off-white to white pages. When you look at this book, it looks a lot better than a 4.0. But what kills it is someone took a marker and covered over all that that little coupon there. They probably filled it out and then decided they didn't want to send that in, and then maybe gave it to their buddy to read, and they didn't want that information there, so they blacked it out. So that's the big ding on this book. Otherwise, it's probably like a 6.0. But that gives you a huge ding there. I'm sure the notes say something about ink on the back cover. But still, you know, I've said this lots of times, like, pick this book up now. This book is still affordable. It's still a major key. Don't think oh, well, Jonathan Majors and Kang's done. Kang's a major character in the Avengers comic books. If you only know comics through the movies, you probably don't know how big a character he was for the Avengers. Lots of stories, lots of variants of Kang through the years. So like, pick it up. It's affordable right now. It's not going to be affordable 2 or 3 years from now, or it's not going to be as affordable. So here's the second one. This was the better of the 2. Again, Avengers 8, first Kang, 6.0, cream to off-white. So this came out of that same lot. All the ones with the cream pages came from the same lot. It presents beautifully. Again, it's probably getting a hit because of the cream pages, but overall it looks really good. And you know, hey, those are both going to be for sale or trade. Most likely I'm going to probably try and trade and get some stuff. Here's an Avengers 7, so you can see a nice, good, solid run of Avengers single-digit issues. 7.5, again, cream to off-white pages. So that cream pages is really hurting this grade a lot, but they're right in line. I thought, you know, 6 to 7. I've had a couple 7.5s. Those are good. No real key to this. Good cover, good early 1964 Avengers book. Let's see, we got one last book, it looks like. And I thought we had another detective, but we've not. It is Avengers number 10. 7.0 off-white to white pages. Again, early Avengers. First Immortus, medium character, so this is like a minor key. But again, 7.0 from a book from 1964. I will take it. And I think that's it, guys. Let's just check the box, make sure there's nothing left. So, yeah, that's everything. Again, these books all came from Heritage in various lots and auctions and groups. I very rarely buy single books on there. I've talked about that in the past. Usually I buy, like, I bought that, I think it was issues 5 through 11 came from one lot, and you know, it said, like, you know, fine to BF grades, and that's where they fell out. I've pressed and cleaned every one of these books myself, and I think that's helped increase the value. So again, all the prices and recent GPA sales will be along the bottom. Thanks again for checking this out. Don't forget to leave a comment. Be entered for your chance to win that Incredible Walk 181 facsimile. We're getting closer to 3,000 subscribers. Let's just keep moving. And yeah, check out the next one. I'll be cleaning stuff again. Sunday's cleaning show. And then Wednesday's new content. Hopefully we'll have some new stuff to go over next Wednesday. I'll see you guys next time. Keep buying the stuff you love to collect, regardless of what anyone else says. Buy what you love, get what you love, collect anything you want. As long as you love it, that's all that matters. Have a good one. We'll catch you guys next time.
A hero rises in the night's embrace, with shadows dancing on a masked face. Pages turn where legends collide. In this world we take a wild ride. Claws flash out a metal screen. Cave shadows chase a fleeting dream. Webs entangle up in the air. Heroes heed the call when danger's there. Johnny's comic stuff take the stage. Bright and bold from panel to page. X-Men battle the stormy tide. Batman glides through the moonlit sky. Through tangled webs and hearts made of gold, stories unravel and truths are told. Villains rise, but they always fall. Heroes stand strong, they answer the call. Spandex suits and a will of steel. A world of fiction you can almost feel. Stories that shape a hero's plight, burning bright in the darkest fight. Johnny's comic stuff take the stage. Bright and bold from panel to page. X-Men battle in the stormy tide. Batman glides through the moonlit sky.